And hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the CEI Esports and Reachin and Teachin podcast socials. I'm Robinson. This is my co-host Johnny. We got a new partnership. Johnny, tell them about it.
Listen, man, HyperX, man. So shout out to HyperX for sponsoring the podcast, the Reachin Teachin podcast at that. These Quadcat mics are amazing. USB enabled, port enabled, can do anything you want to do, stream, record. So big special thanks to HyperX for sponsoring the show. We can't wait to see what's going on in the future, what we can cook up with the content. So yeah, we really appreciate it, right?
Yeah, definitely. Show them how to mute the mic. And it matches with the polo, goes perfectly with CI Esports. So when we're doing Reaching and Teaching or CI Esports content, be aware of HyperX. They're showing us love. You're going to get quality sound, quality content. So beware, and thanks again, HyperX, for the love. And hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of the Reaching and Teaching podcast presented by CI Esports. I'm your host, Robinson. Where's Johnny? He's not here. He's on vacation. I'm running this dolo, but you know who's got my back over here? We got our producer. He calls himself, when we're not in the office, he calls himself Big Poppy Cool. We call him Joel. We got Joel here, our producer. What's going on, Joel?
I'm chilling, man. I'm hyped to be in front of the camera this time.
It's been a minute. All right. So, our guest for today, we've had him. We've had him on the show before. You know what that means. He is a BFF. He's part of our BFF club. He wanted to get on. He made the playoffs. They've made a lot of strides this season, and he wanted to come back on the show. We said, why not? So let's bring him back. We got Pat, the GM, not the coach, the GM from Bucks Gaming here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yo, what's up, guys? What's up? Thank you for having me back.
Yes, it was long anticipated. When we last talked to you, you just did the draft, then made 2 League draft, and now, as we talk to you now, you are a member. Your team is a part of the 33 playoffs and the 5-5 playoffs. How? Like, just talk about everything that's gone on this season. Like, all the changes, you talked about the drafts, your new roster. Is it what you expected being a GM for the team in the 2K League?
No, I mean, it's been a terrific experience. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's been totally amazing. It's been a dream come true. It's been very difficult though, like very, very difficult. Lots of long hours, lots of long days, lots of stress here and there. And just, I mean, if you look back at the videos that we made during the draft, I say, like, we just drafted a playoff team, catch us in the playoffs. And obviously I thought that, and like, I wanted to think that, but like, to see it come to fruition and to see it go so well and to be like the second seed, the third seed, I don't know if I saw that coming as much, but it was it's these guys put in the work and they put in the effort, and our coach is spectacular. So I am not surprised. Like every time we lost, it was a disappointment because like we knew we didn't that we didn't have to lose. Like when we would lose, we thought we're better than them. We just outplayed ourselves, and I think that stands true. I think we're the best team in the league when we play to our potential and our caliber. So like, did I see it coming this way? Not necessarily, but I'm not surprised. I really am not. These guys, they're a great group of guys, and we really have had a great season so far.
Yeah, I just remember every time you guys did the content that you guys do, which I love, by the way. When the 2K League the team showed the behind the scenes footage, Joel, it looks so cool just to see. Yeah. Like, you have those interviews, and I always hear you ask, "You ready to get to work? You ready to come to Milwaukee?" Those things are the things that you get you hyped. So let's talk about what you guys consider yourselves as. You're not just Bucks GG. You call yourselves the Bad Bucks. Not the Bad Boy Pistons, the Bad Bucks. Where does that come from? How did that come into fruition? And how do you guys feel with that name, just that moniker that you guys go with this season?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. I appreciate you asking that. Truth be told, it came from Dimez' brain. Like, that's like, that was off the stiff red cuff. Like, Dimes was just like, because the Kings were calling themselves the good guys. It was like, Nadal and Paul were back in the playoffs and back on stage, and there was just like this aura that they give off, that those two give off, that like they're unbeatable on stage. And to just have like a bunch of rookies come in and just knock them up and kick their ass, like, I think Dimes really was like, we're the bad guys. Like no one wants us. Like, no one expected the Bucks to be good. Like, we've been doubted the entire year. And to be fair, we kind of earned that doubt. Like, I mean, we got first round both times in the playoffs, in the first two tournaments. And then, obviously the tournament had a great run. And then obviously in the switch, we had a tough loss to the Pistons. They were playing a build that we struggled offensively against. So defensively, I should say. And so we've been doubted like this whole year basically. And we don't really care because like the people that know, right? We know the real ones know. Like I don't want to say like, you know, be all cliche, but like that's just true. Like people know who's good, people know who's not good, people know when it's a fluke, when it's a gimmick, and like we knew our success is not a gimmick, and so like it's just we have a group of 4 young guys that like came in and are two. I always say we have 2.5 rookies because Johnny's a rookie, Dawsix is technically a rookie, and Cook's only played like a month in the season, so like we call him a rookie too, even though he's not eligible for Rookie of the Year. But like we always say we have like 2.5 rookies, and then like Cease was on like a terrible Lakers team last year. So we have a new young core and then a veteran leader in Dimes. And so like you don't expect a team like that to be good. You expect them to be like childish and like, you know, like we're just hanging out, playing their game, doing their job. But we're the way we embody the bad Bucks is like you have to beat us. Like you have to beat the Bucks gaming team. Like we don't have to learn how to beat you, even though we will learn how to beat you, and we will. You have to beat us too. And we showed that. We went 9-1 in July. We beat the Wizards by like 10. We beat the T-Wolves by like 20. We swept the Hawks, which are the number 3 team in the East, for 3v3. We just had a heartbreaker loss to the Jazz. Not heartbreaker, but like we played pretty poorly against the Jazz. That was our only loss. So like, and we 3-1 the Pacers, who just won the Switch. So like we beat all these teams. We made tons of statements, and it's like going into playoffs, you guys have to learn how to beat the bad Bucks. Like we're a good team, and we're gonna have some swagger. We're gonna add some swagger to it now. Like you guys, the league has to figure out how to beat us. We're gonna figure out how to beat you, but it's got to be both ways.
I think that moniker, I said it already, I don't want to repeat my words, but I think that mentality of being the bad Bucks, I really feel like it came to be that game of 3v3 you guys played against the T-Wolves, and you guys had like 3-4 steals in the span of like a minute. And I was like, these guys give me that meme of the guy got that dog in them,
It's just confidence.
I feel like that's where it came from. And I remember I tweeted, I was like, yo, these guys are going crazy. And Cooks Iverson quote is like, yeah, if you guys don't know about I'm not speaking in quotes, but basically what he said is, if you don't know about it now, you know about us now. So I feel like you guys have really put yourselves on the map. And you got rookies and Cooks, you call it that. You got Johnny, but you also got first-time full head coach in Lanstadamus. So talk about the work that he's done as well with you guys.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'll start off with saying he's in the race for Coach of the Year, and he absolutely should be. And I have tons of respect for your other ones, Jeff Terrell, Pat Crossan at the Wizards, and Nick over at the T-Wolves as well. Like those are great coaches, but like if you look at what we've done this year and you look at what we've been like given. Objectively speaking, like beyond bias, objectively speaking, Lance should get head coach of the year just because like you have 2.5 rookies, you have an unproven team, a brand new team, and we're 2 in the West for 3v3, 3 in the West for 5v5, like and it's the strides and the success that we've seen under Lance have just been unbelievable. And so like, I mean, think about it, with the Wizards. Obviously, Pete Cross, amazing guy, amazing coach, back-to-back champions, doing something right over there. But also, like he had JBM, he had the best point guard the 2K League's ever seen. He has Dave Fry, the best center the league's ever seen. Like he has Just Dog, like the best block the league's ever seen. Like he has these amazing players. Not to say he's not done anything himself, because that's just objectively not true. But like he has these amazing proven players that he's working with. And then Jeff Terrell, Rookie of the Year, MVP, another rookie. It's just. These guys that and it's Jeff Terrell, right? Like he's always going to get the job done. So again, mad respect to him. And then Nick, you have 2 MVP candidates, and Slaughter, like one of the best centers right now, TB, who's like a S tier lock. So it's like with Lance, you have this brand new team, and to see what he's done for the team and for us and with the team is just is phenomenal. Like I said, came in rookie head coach, came into a brand new team. Made a vital and crucial trade mid-season that has made us have these strides that we're having now. And, he puts in this work that just is unparalleled. He breaks down every team he sees very analytically. And it's very, he gets a game plan for us. Like if we execute that game plan, we shouldn't lose the game because he knows how to strategically analyze and break apart every team we play against. In 5v5 and 3v3, and he's a personal guy too. He's taking care of our guys. He's helping them where they need it personally, but also in game, doing all these amazing things for our team that really keep us together and really just make us just such a strong team. Like we just have like these great performances because of Lance. Obviously, we have great talent as well, but great talent will be unrecognized unless you have like a good support system and a good coach behind it. So. I'm officially casting my ballot for Lanstadamus as coach of the year as told on the CEI podcast, Reachin, Teachin. So, but truly speaking, like it's very objective. Like Lance should get that position or that award just because of everything he's done with the team he has.
He says, "Lock it in, Joel."
Yo, it's true because like on paper, like if you looked at the beginning of the season, it shouldn't be this way. You know what I mean? So like it makes a lot of sense when he's bringing up the points.
Yeah,
you're absolutely right.
New team, whole new roster, the GM coach, like they completely revamped the entire organization, and you guys obviously qualified for 3-3, qualified for 5-5, and you also had to, like you talked about it before, you had to make that trade for Dimes. Talk about what went into that and how he's helped. He's gave you guys the Bad Bucks name, but what else has he done for you guys as an OG?
Definitely, and just to really quick what Joel said, like you're right, like we were always getting mocked as like a very middle of the pack, sometimes the bottom of the pack team, just because season 5 was the worst draft class ever. Like we had 4 first round pick, or whatever. Like it was just all this just people just didn't believe in us basically, and
a lot of talk.
Yeah, a lot of talk, and people were picking T-Wolves and Wizards to be the best teams in the league, and they kind of are, and 76ers were also mocked very highly as well. So it's like you just see, and you're exactly right. Like to see what it started with, and to see what it's at now, it's just it's completely taken off. So kudos to Lance; he's a great head coach. And then to answer your question, Robinson, the trade with Dimes was difficult. It was a very difficult span for myself, and just like the trade. So I'm not going to go too far into like what happened, like the behind the scenes talks, but basically it was in the works for a bit. Like we were going back and forth. The Raptors. So basically, to give context for those that aren't aware, Sam Pham, who's with the Raptors right now, was actually the guy that drafted Plondo to the Bucks in season 2. And Sam Pham, when the GM before me headed out, he also was leaving as well. He didn't want to get to know a new staff, and totally makes sense. So he went back to Toronto, where he's from, to the Raptors organization. And so he expressed interest in Plondo. And so we were like, okay. And then Lance, naturally, who coached Dimes for 3 years at the Mavericks, was like, I would be interested in that as well, because he coached Dimes, and Dimes was he was the counterpart to that trade. And so it was it was a trade where both teams thought they could bring these players back to their roots and get something better out of them. Plondo, great guy, great player, wasn't exactly giving us what we were looking for in regards to the leadership qualities that we were hoping to get from him. Like he's a veteran, he's an absolute veteran. It was just when you're a center working with a rookie point guard, you need to be able to command the offense a little more, and that's something that we knew Dimes has great value in and great experience in, because not only is he a leader, but he also played point guard. He was drafted as a point guard, so like he knows that role, and he knows the game very well in and out. So it just kind of worked out for both teams. Like I really like Tyler. I think Tyler's a great dude, super friendly, just like a fun guy to be around, really fun guy to hang out with. But so is Dimes. I love Dimes. Dimes he's an awesome guy. Like he's genuinely like a really, really cool guy. And he said this one thing. I think he was getting interviewed on the BFW show. I think there was this. Somebody asked like, "What do you want the people to know?" And he said, "Not everything you hear is true," and that's absolutely true. That's absolutely true. With Dimes, you hear he's a shitty attitude. He has a bad attitude. He's he's a locker room cancer, and he's difficult to work with. And I mean, to be fair, I think everybody experiences that in their career at least one time or another. Like everybody's no one's fun to work with all the time. Everybody has these difficult times and difficult games that they don't just bad days, and he may have had those more often than not. I'm not sure. I don't care. But with us, he's just been terrific. He's been a leader. He's been a glue guy. Like he's kept the team going through tough times. There'll be times when Cooks is like nonstop chattering, when Doncic's nonstop chattering, when Johnny's getting really hyped, and then Dimes is like a little bit low key that day. Maybe he just didn't sleep well or something. But then there's on the opposite, maybe Cooks is like having an off day, or Johnny's not speaking as much, and Dimes just won't shut up. And it's just a great yin yang. I mean, it's like a great way to complement each other. And so Dimes has been instrumental to our team's success, and it means a lot that he was able to come in and just work with us so seamlessly. Obviously, the first game he had, we got demolished versus the Lakers. It was like 49-12 at the half, something like that. That was just embarrassing. But ever since then, it was just we kept going up. So it meant a lot that he, like I said, that he was able to come right from Toronto, get on a 6 a.m. flight, 6 a.m. flight, and then just scrim that entire day after he got here. It was a great way to really show that he's here to work, and he's not here to. He didn't come in saying, "Yo, I'm Dimes. Like, I got 30,000 followers on Twitter. I was the first over. Like, you guys are gonna answer to me." He didn't act like that at all. He came in ready to work and show the team that he's here to work with them and for them, not for himself, which was a really cool way to get introduced to the team.
And another way that's really unique is you guys have people that have been in the league. This guy's been here since day one.
Right.
So he brings that dynamic of like, hey, this is what this is like. This is what this is like. And like you said, not everyone's going to mesh. Everyone's going to have that difficulty. We've seen it this year with the amount of trades that we saw this year.
Yep.
Such a crazy with the trades. We spoke with Harris and we spoke with Dirk, and they told us like, hey, this is the craziest season we've ever seen with trades. So, and this is no exception. So what has he done with that experience and that veteranship with your crew?
Yeah, so a great example I can give you is when the trade went official, he wasn't able to come to Milwaukee right away, so we were scrimming remotely, and I was listening to them. Like I was at the facility just listening to the scrims, and like I was listening to Dimes, and he was already calling like plays, and he was already calling rotations like day one, and like he already learned our playbook day one, and so like and maybe day two, like we have an extensive playbook, so like Lance is that guy, so I'm saying like it's not easy to get seamlessly transitioned into Lance's offense and defense, but he did, and so like and on stage leadership is huge because we got rounded twice in a row before we had Dimes, and not to be honest with you, maybe that was just coincidence that that we went to the semis after Dimes got there, but maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was a big part of it because I'll be honest with you, when we played the Kings, if we had Walnut yapping at Plondo the entire time, and Cease is not a big talker. Dossix gets in. Dossix is a good talker as well, but Johnny's like our premier shit talker, right? Like Johnny's like our premier stage guy, and so when you have Johnny and Dimes who are roommates now, and Dimes also played shooting guard, so like that is a really that. It's like a big brother little brother like relationship between them, and Johnny has been absolutely positively impacted by Dimes' presence. I don't know if you've been able to tell, but Johnny went out of his mind in July. Like he played like rookie of the year caliber. Like no one's seen it this year at all. Like you're kind of he was like number one in offense, number one in transition. It was like there's so many ridiculous stats. He just went crazy. And I think a lot of that is to do with the confidence that Dimes instills in him. And Dimes says, I'm confident in you. You be confident in yourself. This is how you get better. We'll work together. We'll play together in our apartment. Like it's a great relationship that Dimes enables with Johnny, but also just like on stage. I know Walnut, I think Walnut's an amazing player. I have nothing but respect for him, and I really like watching him actually. And I actually, in the off before this offseason, I was like, Walnut, we should look into Walnut. But Dimes was in his head. Dimes was super in his head. And there was like this ridiculous stat that the league promoted before. It was like Dimes is 1-7 versus Walnut. It's like, okay, what does that even mean? Like that, there's 5 people on the stage. Like that's
like they play one-on-one.
Yeah.
What is it, the Al Horford stat or Paul Millsap stat? He never beat LeBron. I'm like
okay. and so when we started winning, and Dimes was just super in his head, and that's the stage presence that he brings as a veteran leader. And so that leadership that he brings to the table in many more ways than one is seen a lot. And I have tremendous respect and admiration for that.
What does it do for you? I can't imagine going through your head as a GM. I sometimes, Joel, you could tell me first. I get in my own head and I overthink. Can you just take me aside? What's going on through your head? You draft this, you come in first time, draft this whole team, revamp the whole organization. You have to say, okay, I have to make these trades with Plum. You see what happens, Plondo for Dimes, and now you see what they're doing now. But you're all just watching this from the side. What's just going through your head as all this is happening? And you just see, this is me. This is what I invested into it, and you see it just take fold. And I just can't imagine what's going through your head as a GM.
Yeah, and I appreciate that question because it's I don't want to be in the spotlight. Like that's not my kind of.
We see you all the time when Bucks are in person. We just see when they do the huddle. When they do the huddle,
that's not that. I just want to be with the team. I don't want to be like
I'm like that's bad.
I much prefer to like that's why I don't like tweet that much. I just like retweet our stuff. Like I much prefer to take the back role. I love that Lance is getting all the credit he's getting because he should be, and he's in the spotlight now, and that's great. And I love it when the guys are earning their flowers because like why wouldn't they? But it does make me really proud. Like this season makes me really proud to be in this position and to be with the Bucks because like at the end of the day, you know, I could have done a lot of things differently. Like there's somewhere in the multiverse where like the Bucks suck. Like we just suck. Like maybe I did like a stupid trade in the preseason. Maybe I let when I first started, I had like, they know who they are, but like a lot of GMs reached out to me, totally tried to scam me. Like they were like, oh yeah, this guy's worth it. Like they were like totally trying to work me because they just didn't think I like knew my stuff, and they know who they are. So like I'm not gonna.
They knew he was young and brand new, so they tried to take advantage.
That's exactly what happened. And so like in one other universe, I fell for it, and the Bucks are a completely different team, and we are just terrible. But in this timeline, not to go all Marvel on us, but like in this timeline, like I'm very proud of the work we did. Like you know, I didn't let anybody work me in the preseason. I didn't make any unnecessary or irresponsible trades. Like I was in Vegas for the pre-draft UPA tournament, and I was like literally in a back room meeting with like another team, like three other teams, and like almost made a trade in Vegas, but I didn't because like I was like, I'm not gonna get too excited. Like in this position, in this role, in this league, you have to be very tactical and like cerebral. Like you have to you can't rush. Like you just can't rush and just do all these things immediately. And that's where like me and Lance complement each other really well. Is like we work together really really well. Like I like to think Lance can do this anywhere he is, which I'm sure he can. But like I think we work really well together and like how we complement one another. And so like I'm saying is, I don't mean to boast, but like I really could have screwed this up, but I didn't because like it just takes research, it takes time, and it takes effort, and a lot of teams don't scout right. Like I don't mean to say like I know everything about the league because I've not even been in this job for a year yet, but like it's really easy to see, in my opinion, it's really easy to break down a player via their gameplay and their communication style and just see if they have an ego or not. And like egos can be good sometimes, like egos can be okay sometimes, but like you look at the Wizards and like those teams, like those two teams, like they played for each other. Like they played for and with each other the entire season, and they peaked at the right time, won 2 back-to-back champions. Like those are teams that you can watch and listen to. Like I watched a ton of Dave Fry in the offseason. Like I was like, this guy is awesome. Like this guy's so great. I watched Awkward as well. Like even B-Rich. Like these guys are all, and Dini obviously. Like this entire team. If you just watch them, they play for each other and with each other, and there's just no egos involved. They just like, and they don't take offense to like constructive criticism. So it's like just such a great positive atmosphere. And like that was my goal going into the season is like I want a team that won't have any egos, that'll play for each other and with each other, and just will like grind and try to prove themselves. And that's what we wanted from a team. And through our like 70 interviews that we did, I thought that I was able to pick out those people very well. And obviously, I thought in the beginning of the season, I was like, yikes, maybe I didn't. We just got rounded first rounded twice. Things are not looking so great. And then we just kept buying in. Like we did, like everybody just kept buying in and kept playing for each other. And just like, it was a great turnaround. And, like I really think that like I really could have screwed this up. But by hiring Lance and by, keeping our picks and then by trading up for Cooks, because honestly, like what would have happened? If theoretically, Gallo went 1, Cooks went 2 to the Cavs, he would have probably traded to Dallas. We would have gotten Johnny and Kenny maybe, and maybe there's
this is the multiverse you're talking about right now.
Yeah, exactly. And there's some things that happened pre-draft that I don't want to talk about, but like maybe we would have gotten Kenny, maybe we would have gotten like Zay or Fana, or like we would have gotten this team that just wouldn't have been as good as this team. Like, have you seen like Gallo, amazing player, not as good in 3v3. Cook somehow is amazing. He's a god at 3v3. I don't know how, but he's amazing. And like Kenny is like struggling with the Mavs. Kenny's great, but like we did exactly what we needed to do, and I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud to see our success that we've had.
All right, a couple more questions. I don't know how much time you have until you have to go because everything's.
I'm good.
Okay.
I got time.
I got something for you. So, anyways, So, how does it feel like you got, like we talked about at the beginning, you were the first one to qualify for 3-3, 5v5. You're very proud of the team. Why do you guys feel like you guys can take it on and really just make a mark on the league, history-wise?
Yeah.
Too?
And that's the thing is like it's about believing that you can do it, right? Like if you don't believe you can do it, then why are you even trying? Like, and that's what I kind of think like that's how we started in the league is like the guys it was just too good to be true to beat the Lakers twice. It was too good to be true to go to the semis. If you don't believe it, then it's not going to happen. But now we do. Like now we fully believe in ourselves. Like because we've done it. We just beat the Pacers 3-1, who just won a $250,000 tournament. You know, like I think in 3v3. I genuinely think we're the best team in the league. I'm not even just like, and I think people will say that. Like, I don't think it's just me saying that either. Like, I think other people will say the Bucks Gaming is the best team in the league for 3v3 right now. 5v5, I think we have competition. Like, I think the T-Wolves are amazing. I think the 76ers are amazing. I think the Wizards are really good. Jazz and Warriors are really good. Like, all these teams are really good. But I know we can get to the chip. I know we can win it. But, like, I really do think we're the best team in 3v3. So, like, believing in that concept and understanding that, we actually can do this. We can go to that stage. We can beat everybody that we play against, and we can beat the people across from us and go win that money. Like that is something that the guys actually believe in right now, and then they should because like they've proved it to the league they can. They've earned this status that they've been given, and we keep performing. So I really do think that. I think I answered your question, but I really do think that we like that belief behind being capable is very important to a team.
And we talked about it in our last episode, one of our last episodes we did with Dirk and Harris. Dirk has you guys as the dark horse to win it all in 5v5. So
right.
if you guys win, you guys will make him look really, really.
Yeah, and no, I love Dirk. Dirk's awesome. I mean, the 5v5 thing is just because it's best of 3. It's much more the better team will win, in my opinion. Like the ticket is best of 1, which is like a horrifying
scary
for those. Yeah, for those that are in the ticket, that's really upsetting, I'd imagine. But that's just how it goes. But in 5v5, like I mean, we just crushed the T-Wolves. Like obviously they didn't have anything to play for. They were already the first seed, so they didn't give it their all. But they don't like us that much, so like they definitely tried, and we don't like them, so we definitely tried as well. So like we can beat the best teams, and I know Lance will come with like a 30-page PowerPoint ready to go that day on whoever we're playing, breaking all their tendencies down, saying what we have to do to win. Like I know we'll do what we have to do to win, and it's just about executing the day of, being confident on stage, dreaming our open shots, and just being confident about what we can do against the other team across from us. And I don't be surprised if Dirk's right. Like I'm just calling it now. Like I said in the beginning of the season, catches in the playoffs. I wouldn't be surprised if Dirk's right. Like if we can make it through that West bracket, I don't think anybody's going to stop us in the East, truly.
Let it be known. He's just said it. Well, we just got our social media clip, so thank you very much.
Well, I called the 306er sweep in 3v3 too, and that happened as well. So
we also, when we concluded it, I asked them, what should we look out for Bucks? You said, don't sleep on us. Don't forget about us. I think we'll try to see if we can brush up the old clip and then smash it with this, side by side, and just see what happens. Because the last time we did it, we didn't get to see Pat. He wasn't on video, so it was times have changed. Times have changed.
True.
So you talked about a little. You said it before, the UPA Unified Pro Am Association. So I'm not, obviously I know you guys are busy. You're a GM. You're worried about what's going on in front of you right now with the Bucks. But obviously as a GM, you always got to look out, see what's going on outside the league. Did you watch the UPA event that happened in Philly? And as a GM, what do you look out for? What goes through your mind as you sit and scout for an event like that? How does that go?
That's a great question. And yeah, I did. I had it up my entire weekend. And it's fun to watch. Like UPA is fun, even though the format is, it's single elimination and some teams go and get heartbroken. They just go out and do all that, spend that money just to lose right away. That which sucks, but like it's a great tournament and that's a great community backing that tournament. What you look for, and some actually went out to there. Some GMs went out to Philly. Oh, nice. Yeah, and then like a lot of other league like people and like teams went out to Philly and scouted. Post draft, in my opinion, is not as scout friendly. It's pre-draft is where it's at. Like pre-draft is when you're playing against actual pros. You're playing. I mean, like Spam has won the past 2 post drafts, but then like got like quarterfinal or maybe it was like semifinal in pre-draft because he's playing against a 2K team, like a 2K League team. And so that's where you do see the differentiation between like the pros and the amateurs. Like there is a skill gap, even though people like to say there isn't. There obviously is. And so post-draft, I don't necessarily take as much away from, but it's definitely important. It's definitely fun to watch, and it's good to be able to see what people, who's doing what and how well they're doing it. What I would say you look for and you scout for is just, like consistency and like skill, but also like, because when you're on stage for money, you have to switch your mindset. Like you have to switch this mindset of you have to win. Like you don't want to have the best stats at the end of the day. You want to win. You want to win that money. And so like seeing people that'll take like Spam, for example, great example, a great player. He let Benzo do his thing. Like he was like, I'm going to take the back roll. I'm going to like keep dishing to Benzo, and just he's going to go crazy. And he did, and they won. So it's like that differentiates him from like another point guard who might try to play hero ball and just score constantly when he's not hitting the shots. He can't get open. The lock is clamping him down that night or something like that. So like I would say you just have to really look for the people that are willing to take that back step or that like go on the back burner to win, as opposed to like play hero ball, because hero ball does not work in a 2K league and it's not going to work in post draft either. So it's a very interesting dynamic when an amateur player that's not even 18 sometimes goes to play on stage for lots of money. It's very interesting to see the mindsets and the skill that goes into it. So it was a good time.
Yeah, I was in there in person for the Saturday. That was my first event being in 2K.
Nice.
That type of 2K stuff in person. Like we went to the 2020 draft, and then obviously COVID happened. But I went for the UPA. Went to go give some love to my guy Big Perm and see what's going on over there. But also to see other players. We met some players. But it's so loud in there. I had to move around. Like you see, they're like, let's go to that table, and then you see, and then the smack talking, standing up, the yelling. It's so cool to see.
Yeah.
My favorite part is that this is just me because I grew up when gaming was toxic, but just to see the trash talking is just so funny. I can't say what I heard on the air because I like my job, but it's so cool to see. But I'm not surprised. Like everybody was there to watch it, and especially because it's a bye week. You had the 5 days of the week to cool off, and then let's just see what's going on out there. You're chilling from the crib watching on Twitch. So that's not too bad of a way to scout. But all right, so I have some fireball questions for you. One of them I'll throw a curveball for you because I think when I say it, you'll know what I'm talking about. But first off, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. These are the fast ones. I'm gonna get it. You just give it a quick one. All right. What you gonna do? All right. He was on the spot. They put him on the spot. I gave him the big screen. All right. Favorite thing about Milwaukee?
I'm gonna take it from my player Cease, who said it's low key, like it's this beautiful city. The Bucks for one, but like it's this beautiful city. I walk across to the lake. I can go down to the bars and hang out with my buddies. I can go see my friend 5 minutes away. My girlfriend's 3 minutes away. Like I love the accessibility and the Lake Michigan. You cannot beat it. Lake Michigan.
All right. Favorite thing about Indy, because you say you're not there for the league, but you went there a couple times, obviously, because they're in-person events.
Favorite thing about Indy is probably the walkability. It's a super accessible, like walkable city. Not much else besides that.
All right. What's up with you and not liking New York pizza? What's up with that? The Chicago.
Hey. I lived in Manhattan for a year, so I used to work at a deep dish joint. So like I know the ins and outs of both, and deep dish is so much better, Robinson. New York is great, right? Like it's good. I used to go to this place called Luigi's every Saturday. I love it, but like you cannot beat a deep dish. Like it's so good. Nick Gartrell said it. He's from his brand is.
He is 20 minutes away from me living. Where he's from is 20 minutes away, and he said he prefers deep dish. All right. If you follow Nick on Twitter, his Twitter is already hilarious and it sucks. But this is crossed the line. You said deep dish is way better, and you said it's not close. When I see you, I'm just going to ship a pizza from you. Just take it. From my block, take it. You already know Dave Portnoy, one bite, everybody knows the rules. You got to do the pizza from New York. I can't stand this. Wait, what's your topping though?
I like pepperoni.
Cool.
Hey, are you going to Indy, right, for 5v5?
So yeah, we're trying to make it. We're trying to map it out. See if our team could go to Indy. Yeah.
Let's go get a slice on me for real. Let's go.
Okay.
But basically, deep dish is lasagna.
Don't even say that. That's not even.
Basically, what it is.
That's not even. There's no pasta. There's no pasta. It's just meaty, cheesy goodness with like a great chunk of dough in it. It's delicious.
The chunk of dough. I think that's what sealed the way. The chunk of dough. I keep looking at you.
Okay, that was a hyperbole. That was a hyperbole.
All right, but you're gonna come back to whenever you come back to. I don't know how often you come to New York and how you said you lived here for New Year.
Yeah.
When you come back, the pizza. I'm gonna give you pizza. There's one called Coronets by my school where I went to Columbia.
Okay.
It is, as a quote my guy, Dipperstein. If you follow wrestling, you know what I'm talking about. It is Bed Bath & Beyond. It is fantastic. I love New York pizza. It's nothing better. I am a Domino's guy. Yes, I'll say it because it's clutch. But it is what it is. All right.
I miss New York. To be fair, I miss it greatly. And when I visit, I'll come see you guys.
And we got you with the slice. We got you.
Got you.
All right. Wings or boneless wings? I asked this to everybody, but I want to get yours.
Boneless is like an easier experience, but you can't. I do like traditional, but like boneless, if I'm just trying to chill and watch some TV or hang out, like I don't want to. It's the hands, right? It's like the saucy, grubby hands. I just want to eat with a fork. It's easy money.
Yes, thank you.
Have to keep wiping.
We're making progress. I like this. We've come back from the blasphemous pizza, and then we're back to here. This is what I like.
There you go.
All right. Is hot dog a sandwich or is it not?
It's a hot dog.
Thank you.
Hot dog's a hot dog. Please.
It's a glizzy.
Thank you for saying that. Thank you for asking that because people are so dumb. Like it's like, why do we need to categorize everything? It's a hot dog. It's not a sandwich. It's a hot dog. Hot dog's a hot dog's a hot dog. It's not a sandwich. No need to categorize it.
1,000%.
Send this to India, please. Just send it to him.
India thinks it's a sandwich.
Yes, he thinks it's a sandwich. They have a video of it. It was him and Harris is on it. It's the whole thing. I believe it was India that's on that wave. It's just blasphemous.
But just tweet this at him and this can be your stamp of approval. Hot dog's a hot dog, India.
Okay, thank you. And then favorite ice cream topping. Favorite ice cream.
Cookies and cream or cookie dough. One of those.
Not bad.
Cookie dough's not bad.
All right.
Yeah.
So, all right. That'll do it for this edition of the Reachin and Teachin podcast presented by HyperX. You see this? You see this HyperX? HyperX, that's a fantastic HyperX. You see how to mute the mic? Like this.
Ooh.
We're back. There it is. That's how the mic works. So that is it. The Reachin and Teachin podcast presented by HyperX. Pat, thank you so much. Is there anything you missed or that you want to bring up before we let you go?
Catch us in the playoffs, baby. Catch us in 3v3 and 5v5. We're one of 3 or 4 teams. One of 4 teams that has done both. So see us there, baby.
You see how comfortable he is because he's rocking the chair back and forth. You see how comfortable
I got a zip chair. Good chair. Not a sponsor plug at all.
Oh, I know.
Basically, he just said, "Let's go."
You got your own restaurant spot in Milwaukee that sponsors you guys, correct? Or a food spot?
We got it's like a delivery service. It's like the Seamless of Milwaukee.
Milwaukee. That just broke my heart. I was like, do they come to New York? But yeah, I guess we'll
they do not.
All right. So
I miss Seamless. I miss Seamless. So.
Well, I'm a Uber. So I'm Uber Eats guy. So quick story. I ordered this past weekend. I ordered Uber Eats at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night, waiting for it. And I was like, okay. I ordered from 7-Eleven. I was hungry. I was like, I'm not gonna order anything crazy. Fell asleep. All right, I'm not gonna lie. I fell asleep waiting for it. I open up my phone at 7 a.m. and I just see, here's your Uber receipt. I say, yo, I never got the food. So I go up and I open the door and I just see it sitting on the floor at 7 in the morning. I said, I got my food. And yeah, I ate it.
There you go.
I ate it. So yes, Uber Eats is still clutch. So that's what we have over here. But yes, thank you so much, Pat, for coming onto the podcast. Hopefully this plug means it's the best. Because you came onto the show before the season started, and look where you guys are. I think it's a plug. I told the same thing to Dave Fry. If you come on the show, big things are bound to happen. So tell that. Spread the love. Tell your friends. Absolutely. Tell them all. If you're coming to Reachin and Teachin podcast, certified boost with the NBA 2K League. And if you're from another league, if you need a boost, just holler at us. We'll see what we can do. But that'll do it for this edition of the Reachin and Teachin podcast. Pat, where can the people find you?
Bucks GG. I'm not going to plug myself. You can do Bucks GG on all socials: Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Soon to be TikTok eventually. Bucks GG.
Well, unfortunately,
We kinda-
that's
Oh,
we
it's
have your
fine.
ad right there.
I just saw that. Patrick Lowe, GG. It's fine.
Yes,
You can follow me too. It's fine.
Yeah, I got you on
Don't
the
worry,
Twitter.
it's just
See
the
what's
Twitter.
going on.
It's
You
just
want to
the
be
Twitter.
low key? Yeah, just the Twitter. We know.
It's all good. It's all good. No, it's
So-
you got to find me there somehow.
So yeah, you want to see what's going on, everything going on with Bucks Gaming, you know where to go. So that'll do it. Thanks again so much, Pat, for coming on. We appreciate
Thanks,
it.
guys.
Best of luck
Real
the rest of
pleasure.
the way.
Thanks a lot. It was fun, guys. Thanks a lot.